Hello and welcome to 1806. If you're new to the channel, my family and I bought this old stone house about 3 years ago now, and we've been renovating it week to week, paycheck to paycheck. Currently, I'm working in the downstairs bathroom. It's one of 3 bathrooms that the house will have. So if our channel is something that you think you might enjoy, start watching. I don't know how you found us, but I'm glad you did. Now let's get to this week's episode.
Hard to know, and all these things just come and go. I've been close, and here I stand, nothing to show. I get lost looking for who I am. I miss signs you've been trying to send. We're tongue-tied with eyes closed. 3 more days until I'm on my own. You'll be on your way home and won't come back until the cold wind blows. Hard to say, but always seem to find a way. To complicate memories I just can't change.
Trying to clean the grout lines with the wall tile first. Just go around in my circle. I'm going to use this tool, which is a diamond bit tool that I bought. They're pretty cheap, they're like $4. I know that Doug and Ashley from DIYFFERENT, they like to use just a regular screwdriver, and that would work good. Especially for something like this, the tile is so deep, I can only go in probably 1/4 inch, and the tile is an inch thick. So, if I feel like there's a lot of loose stuff in there, I'm going to probably be getting a screwdriver and doing that. So thanks for the tip, DIYFFERENT. I think that would probably work better than this tool.
Tongue-tied with eyes closed. You're tongue-tied with eyes closed. Tongue-tied with eyes closed. 3 more days until I'm on my own. You'll be on your way home.
I'm going to try to use my Dremel tool with some cutting discs to get these little plastic things out. I think I've done that before and it's worked. When doing this, you want to make sure you're wearing eye protection. That's why you want to wear safety glasses, because my little cutting discs, I know that they don't last very long and they explode. I believe I have all the wall tile pretty good now. Oh, I lied. There's one way over there. Let me get that. Alright, now I have them all. I'm going to use this little tool and go over the whole floor. It works really good for the floor. I'm just gonna clean it out, make sure that there's nothing blocking, and then we'll get going soon. Hopefully.
Be alive with me. You wasted too much time. Like the stars in me, I feel so alive. I feel in my spite I'll push you around, 'cause I hear the horses are coming, and it won't be long.
You gotta let that sit for 5 minutes after you mix it. I used a grout additive. Supposedly, that makes the grout, I guess, need to be sealed a little less, or even not sealed at all. I'm still gonna seal the grout. For $40, they better do something special. I got a nice picture sent to me on Instagram yesterday, might have been the day before, from a subscriber, Neil, from New Jersey. And he showed me that he got his shirt in the mail, the Moon Dust Sandpaper shirt. Same exact one as this. It looks great on you. I appreciate that kind of support to the channel, and I hope that people ask you, what the heck is that shirt? And then you can tell them. The grout mix looks very similar to what I had last night and my tests. You can see what it looks like. It's going to get quite a bit different once it hardens or dries. Well, that's going to do it for me. I've wiped this wall down 3 times now. I know it's still going to have some residue on it. I'll definitely be cleaning it more and more in the future. I think the wall turned out really well. The floor looks awesome. The grout is a little darker, like I said, than what it's going to end up. When it dries, it actually dries quite a bit lighter. But I like it as is, so if it stains over the years and gets this dark, I will be okay with that. Because I do like the color of it. Everything kind of works. But that's going to do it for me. I'm going to get out of here. Hi. It's Sunday Fun Day. And today is going to certainly be fun because I have no idea what I'm going to do. I've got the marble on the wall and the floor grouted, and it looks really good now that the grout is dry. Let me show you. You can see how much lighter that grout gets. So for the floor, it looks awesome. It's just completely seamless. And then the walls, Can you even see the grout line? There you go. Very happy with those results. I would say that went unbelievably easy. The next thing I sort of need to do is the door trim. And I don't know if this is the way you're supposed to do it. Like I said, I'm not really not a carpenter, I'm not a contractor. This is just what makes sense to me. Is I need to do my door molding first, because then my base molding, my base board, will go to it. And what we like to do is these, they're called plinth boxes. We did them upstairs in the bathroom. I'll show you those. This is just a simple little box that I made. It's probably 9 to 10 inches high by 5 to 6 inches wide. You can see how the base molding goes to the plinth box, and then the door molding goes to the plinth box. Sarah and I both really like that look. So I need to make a couple plinth boxes that are going to go on here. And my problem is I need my plinth box to kind of match this old wood. And we don't really have a lot of the wood to use. And then I think I know what I'm going to be putting on the left and the right of the door. And then I have no idea what I'm going to do for the top of the door. It's all going to be made up today. I'm going to be talking to Sarah on video chat, showing her what I come up with. And if we find something that we like, then we're going with it. This here is what we're going to be using to the left and to the right of the door. It's a pretty cool detailed piece, and that's what it was used for. You can see it'll just go up like that. It'll go right tight to the marble. I planned all this so it makes sense that this works and looks good. And I do really like the look of that. So the plinth box needs to be, I don't really know. That's my problem. And I need to put a piece of marble back here. I thought that this molding would go all the way to the wall. I didn't plan the left side as good as I planned the right side. I've got this little scrap piece, and I think it will work just fine. Put it right in there. It will finish off that corner, and now my molding piece my molding piece will be able to cover that. Okay. To hold it, I'm going to get a piece of wood, I think, and just screw it up there real quick. Yeah, that's more than fine. Well, before I can put the sheetrock, I have to get a nailer. I just caught a 2x4 that fits in here. Put that in there. And that will be a good nailer for me to put that piece of sheetrock to. Yeah, stuck good. All right, that's that. 6 1/4, 9 1/4. That'll be some sort of a little rectangle-y look. I think I'm okay with that. 6 1/4, 9 1/4. I have no idea what I'm gonna do. Let's go see what we can make. Okay, so plinth test number 1 is underway. I'm gonna have to cut these down to make them quite a bit smaller. What do you think? Little weird detail in the middle? I think it's gonna work. We'll see. I might do up a second test right now just to try something different too. I've got the other ones gluing up, and I just decided to keep experimenting while I was letting that glue harden. Came up with this design also. This is pretty cool. This is using the side stiles that were going to the left and the right of the doors. I have a whole bunch of this. And just ripping it so it's square and then cutting it at 45s. Pretty cool looking. I think once I just put a little bit of stain on the cuts, just a little bit to try to color match, that will go right away. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. So I should probably show this to Sarah and see if she likes this. I just called Sarah and I showed her this, and I was thinking this whole time that this would be a plinth box, just another option for a plinth box. But she was like, oh, the rosettes. And I was like, yeah, that's exactly what I wanted it to be. If I make another one of these, they can be the rosettes at the tops of the doors. We will definitely have to stain match the where I'm cutting. It's not that bad, but you can kind of see the cuts. But yeah, what do you think? That might work, huh? Holy snikes, that's going to be difficult to do. Wow. The molding on this one side is so difficult because my 2x4 here sticks out more than my sheetrock. So I have a half-inch gap all the way around that. I don't know what to do, but I'll figure it out. Cut these down to size. Let's see what they look like. I like the fit in there. I wanted just an 1/8 inch of the door casing showing, and it is. I'll be able to put that right in there like that. And they are... This one's got to come up a little bit. And that one's got to come up a little bit. So that looks good. Wow. So then that would go like that. That looks good. I've entered total makeup mode. No amount of explaining could probably make anybody actually understand what I'm doing here. But I am more or less starting from this plinth, try to work my way around and just see what I can get it to look like. And if we don't like it, I'm sorry, I think it's just going to have to be scratched completely. And then what we will probably do is get some really nice oak, because oak is probably the best that I could buy for around here, and do the whole door casing just with oak and stain it the best we can to match. But to try to get this stuff to work is just, it's hours and hours of me hemming and hawing and not really being sure. It doesn't make for great content to sit here and try and then, you know, if I can't get it to work, then scratch it and start over. Could be recording all this for nothing. That looks really good right through there. I'm not going to go crazy with the nails because I don't know if I'm going to keep it like this. I don't mind it though. Looks okay. I've been doing this for about 5 hours and I think I found a way that I can live with it. Sarah really likes it. She's not looking at it in person though, but just to give you an idea, I made all this, I made every single one of these pieces with either a piece of leftover baseboard or the random pieces that we had. And they're far from done or ready, but just to give you an idea. Start off with the plinth box I made with this molding right here, just cutting it all up and just putting it together at 45s and kind of making a pretty interesting looking thing. These I had, but they weren't long enough, so I had to cut those at a pretty deep angle. And once that's stained to match, I don't think you're going to see that. They go all the way up. And then I made the rosettes with I made the rosettes actually with this stuff, cutting it at weird angles and putting it back together. I think they turned out pretty cool. And then this big piece here is basically my baseboard, and then I had to rip pieces and glue them together to make it wider. It's really wide. It's probably 10 inches wide up there. What do you think? Taking the whole day just to get a general idea of maybe what we want to do for the door casing. I think it turned out. We'll see. Sarah wants to see it in person, and then we'll make some decisions from there. I know a lot of people would never do something like this in a brand new house that they're renovating, but for us, and this bathroom specifically, we wanted this bathroom to be made of all salvaged material if we could. And the molding is one of the things that we are pretty adamant about. I like the look of this. I can live with it. It's got a certain appeal to it. I think once it's cleaned up and everything is fixed up as much as it can be fixed up, it will look quite good. I'm extremely tired and my brain is mush. This took a lot out of me. I've been here for a long time today and really don't have much to show for it other than what you're looking at here, which is a rough guesstimate of what is going to end up. I like it. I think a professional would come in here and just laugh at this and just think that it's horrible. But luckily for me, I'm not a professional. My standards aren't very high. I really like how this is looking. I think at the end you just got to remember that it's all salvaged. And you know what? If we don't like it, we can always take it off and put brand new material up there and just try to stain to match. But I'm not interested in doing that yet. I really want to try to make this work and maybe even live with it for a little while until maybe something better comes along. You never know when somebody might be selling better material on Craigslist or something, and then we can buy that and redo it. I'm not against it. But yeah, that's it for me. I gotta go. Thanks for watching this week's episode, and I will see you next week. Bye.